watching us on Sports Nation. Ito po ang SB Nation Season 2. Ako po si Mark Zambrano, I'll be your host for tonight. And kung hahanapin nyo lang po ang dalawang partners ko, wala na po akong hahanapin in terms of basketball lineage. Ito pong dalawa sa tabi ko. We'll bring in all the controversial and not too controversial sports topics of the night. Ayel Banal, of course, on my right, and Juan Banal on my left.
Can I just say, it's good, so good to hear that voice again. Very, very familiar. Live Sports TV. Mark Zambrano, pillar na po ito. Kaya excited kami. Medyo na-pressure kami. Nakailangan namin ng kapatid ko mag-perform dito sa show, sa episode na to because it's the Mark Zambrano. So, welcome to the show. Hindi ko nga sinabing Tito Mark eh. Hindi ko na nga sinabing gano'n.
Baka sinabi mo, sasabihin na. How are you guys? It's been a while. I see you guys on the court. You haven't really worked together, pero it's I guess I'll mirror the sentiments you guys have. It's an honor to have you guys here with me.
Mga ka-Sports Plus, it's great to have you guys tonight. Stay safe, stay dry. There's nothing better than middle of the week, no? Wednesday, mag-uusap tayo about sports. May magkuntuhan lang tayo, lalo-lalo nandito si Mark Zambrano. Yan, dito Mark Zambrano. Alam ko hindi ka-pray na to si Mark eh. So, merong ako, medyo hinahanda ko na yung sarili ko na may mga ibabatutong questions na might throw us off, but again, it's sports. Habang kumakain kayo ng inyong hapunan, maganda pag-usapan natin yung mga may init na topic na pwede rin naman kayo mag-comment at iniimbita namin kayo mag-comment and then let us know your thoughts about kung ano naman yung pinag-uusapan namin.
Ito po mga pag-uusapan natin tonight, of course. As I mentioned, some could be a little controversial, but more often than not, yung pag-uusapan natin dito, yung talagang laman ng utak ng lahat ng sports fans. So let's talk about the topic for tonight's episode. Very interesting. A broad range of topics for everyone. Starting off with one question. Dahil meron pong nagsalita, ang pangalan po niya ay Anthony Edwards. Ang sabi po niya ay, Jordan is the only one that had skills in his era, which is the 90s. That's the first topic. Doon pa lang, busog na tayo. Pangalawa, dapat na bang iwan ni Balti, Justin Baltasar po, ang MPBL?
Juicy.
Maraming tatamaan dito sa question na to eh. Okay, and finally, our last and equally as controversial. I know, nasabi mo kanina, Juan, we've been talking about this.
Pero may init. May nangyari kasi very recently, like last night, na pag-usapan natin yan.
Ito pong third topic natin is how lethal is the 4-point shot sa PBA. So, yan po ang tatlong pag-uusapan natin. Of course, this is crazy. Because ano bang meron dito sa mga batang player ng NBA? I don't know. Ang tatapang, I think they have something to prove. But Anthony Edwards, ang sinabi po niya is, nung 90s daw po, si Michael Jordan lang ang merong skill sa NBA. Maraming nagalit, especially Magic Johnson. Sino ba sa inyo ang nag-agree kay Magic Johnson?
Agree. I would have to say that I agree with Anthony Edwards. And it's but right na dapat naman na okay, so lagay lang natin sa context, di ba? Sinasabi ni Anthony Edwards dito na hindi ko nga pinapanood yan kasi I would say, ang underlying message doon is it's only Michael Jordan that was worth watching. And I would have to say, kaya niya sinabi rin yun kasi the way he plays is very similar to how Michael Jordan plays, di ba? Yung dos siya, na scorer siya, athletic siya. If he wants to jump over people, he can do that. So I think, just to put it in context, from his perspective, yung Michael Jordan lang naman yung pwedeng tumapat dun sa ideal benchmark for talent. Di ba? Na somebody who's actually skilled. Because, batang 90s po ako at medyo nare-reveal ko na rin yung age namin ni Tito Mark. Pero,
Tito Mark, kaya na, sinabi na Tito Mark.
Pero kasi, okay, pag pinano mo si Larry Bird, sasabihin mo ba, spot-up shooter, yes, he's got a very high basketball IQ. And which is, again, if you keep playing the game, meron lalabas yung basketball IQ. But to say something very spectacular that he did, that you can see that a combination of moves and just his move, yung overall performance niya, there's nothing like you would say, great. Probably what Larry Bird, lagay mo lang siguro yung killer mentality niya or IQ niya. But if you put it on a regular average NBA player, it would fit fit the mold, di ba? Hindi mo siya magsa-stand out. Pag nilagay mo si Larry Bird ngayon sa present day skill level ng NBA, di ba? against Luka? Sa tingin mo, makakaporma si Larry Bird against Luka? Di ba? Hindi eh. Or let's say Magic Johnson. Yes, Magic was fancy. Showtime, LA Showtime sila and all that. But are you telling me that there are no better, far better as a point guards or assist or creators in the space right now that can definitely shadow itong si Magic Johnson, di ba? Yes, he had charisma, he had swag, but that's something that's already there. So pag ang akin lang kasi ang basihan ko is pag dinala mo yung tatlong yun, Magic, Michael, and Larry sa current 2024 season with the kind of players, do you think these guys are gonna be superstars? I don't think so. Michael Jordan would be, but the rest, I don't think so. So I have to say I agree with Anthony Edwards.
Meron ako natatandaan na player, ang pangalan lang naman niya ay Charles Barkley.
Okay.
This guy, walang preno din ang bibig nito. But you have to remember, the time when Charles Barkley started opening his mouth and talking about everybody, meron na siyang napatunayan.
Yeah.
Yes, wala siyang championship and all, but you can see yung iniwan niya na legacy sa NBA. Towards the latter part ng career niya, dun siya nagbububuka. Magic Johnson now, do you agree with what he said? Sino ka ba para sabihin sa amin yan?
Okay, coming into today, no? Bago mga ka-sports pass, bago pumasok dito, I knew I was gonna disagree with one thing na sabihin ng aking kuya. Excuse me, Tito Marca. Sa statement niya ngayon, meron na akong dalawa kagad na i-disagree. Dahil dinamay niya si Larry Bird.
Oh, no.
Okay, dahil dinamay niya si Larry Bird. Okay, one, I disagree na hindi lang si Jordan ang skilled nung time ng 90s. Ito yung reasoning ko Dahil si Larry Bird, mga bata, manood kayo, punta kayo sa YouTube. Okay, panoorin niyo Larry Bird highlights. Okay? Kung si Larry Bird naglaro ngayon, he is Luka Doncic.
Oh, wow.
6'9".
Oh, wow.
Slow.
Wow.
Pull-up game.
I think I have the entire Filipino nation having to agree on my side with that statement. Thank you for making
Larry Bird, if you put him in today's game, is Luka Doncic. Post-game, fadeaway, floater, 3 points, mid-range, left hand, right hand, dribble, passing. That's Luka Doncic. At pinatunayan ni Luka Doncic na hindi ko kaya makipagsabayan ng athleticism and I can be a top 5 player. And Luka Doncic, pinatunayan niya na si Larry Bird.
Comment on this, please.
Larry Bird can play. Okay? And that's just, yun lang isa. But I haven't even begun to talk about the hook shot, the Tim Hardaways, the Reggie Miller moving without the ball. You can't tell me Michael Jordan is the only one skilled in the 90s. Sobrang dami. It's different now. They've elevated it now. But Michael Jordan was the only. Michael Jordan, you put him today, he's a better version of Anthony Edwards. He's a better version of Anthony Edwards.
This guy, Anthony Edwards, obviously opened a really big can of worms. I don't think this will disappear for the next couple of weeks.
And I think he did that on purpose. Do you think so? I mean, you're in media, you're in marketing also. That statement is making a statement the same way Michael Jordan made a statement with Magic and Larry when he said, there was a statement that he said in Team USA na sinabi niya parang, hindi na kayo. Ako na.
There's a new sheriff
in town. That was the line of Michael Jordan. And I think that's kind of like what Ant was saying. Like he's trying to make a statement. Obviously, mayroong grounds naman yung sinasabi ni Magic na ang dami mong satsat, wala ka pa naman napapanalo. Fine, that's a good case to make, di ba? But I have to say, nobody who made it didn't have this kind of swagger.
True.
Every single successful athlete had this kind of swagger. They called out, if you want, di ba, parang, syempre, if you wanna be the king, you have to take down the kings, right? And right now, he's making a statement. I think what's good with Anthony Edwards is that he was exposed to the likes of LeBron James, Steph Curry, during the Team USA. Now he can see na, oh, that's what it takes to win. Now I can make a statement because I have the formula to make this happen. And I think, yes, they're not, we're talking about skill. Yung mga sinasabi ni Al kanina na kaya nagagawa ni Larry Bird, for me, that's basketball, period. But it's not saying, oh my gosh, that's so skilled. Like the hezis and the contratempo of Luka is a far cry from what Larry Bird can do. But I have to give credit to the 90s. They had to have the kids today need a stepping stone. Kaso yun, tinatapakan talaga nila yung legacy. But by stepping up to where they are, if hindi better ang basketball today, then I don't think, the 90s did a good job dun sa kanilang mga pinakita nung 90s.
So clearly may pag-aawayan itong magkapatid.
Meron.
Post.
Clear. It's kind of strange kasi sabi ni Ant, I didn't watch it back in the day so I can't speak on it. But I think,
right.
it's contradictory if you ask me. But again, he opened up a big can of worms dito. I'm sure not only the NBA but local sports fans will be talking about
But
this.
we have to agree that the fact that Magic made a comment, even if he didn't address Ant per se, but he made a comment, merong medyo may kirot yung hirit ni Anthony Edwards, di ba? So medyo feeling ko, yun lang yung pwede niyang rebuttal. Kasi sa totoo lang, I think he knows for a fact that the players today are definitely on another level. Like, we've never seen somebody like Kevin Durant.
Iba.
We've never seen somebody like Luka or Kyrie, for one, di ba? If dalhin mo naman sila sabihin natin may physicality and all, I think they will evolve. If dalhin mo yung players today sa 90s, kakainin na.
Sorry.
We just crossed the bridge there.
Sorry, Direk. I'll extend it a bit. Keyword evolve. Okay, so pag dinala yung... Wait.
Kakainin na nila today.
So pag yung mga players ngayon dinala sa lumang panahon, mag-e-evolve sila sa physicality. Same argument na pag dinala mo yung players noon, sa time na ngayon, mag-e-evolve din yung skill set nila. Because of their capacity to strive to become great.
Hey, my point. My point.
Thank you, Direk. That is it.
Ang init ng topic. Okay, bago tayo magkaanitan dito ng todo-todo, that's only the first topic we'll be discussing tonight. Punta naman tayo sa local basketball, guys. Okay, ang tanong dito, dapat na bang iwan ni Justin Baltasar ang MPBL? This guy, of course, first round draft pick in the PBA, still waiting for his chance to play in the PBA, but sa ngayon hindi pa naglalaro. He's playing for Pampanga right now. Sa tingin nyo ba, is he wasting his time playing in the MPBL? Should he be playing in the PBA now? Will it cause a lot of harm if he continues to play in the MPBL? Anong takes you dyan, guys?
I think yes. With all due respect, no, I know he has a commitment naman with MPBL, and I think common knowledge is tatapusin niya yung kontrata. That's what everyone's doing when they have a contract with MPBL when they get drafted. So sa time frame, after nitong next couple of months, dapat mag-PBA na siya. Kasi kung tumagal pa siya, medyo hindi ma-harness yung skill set niya, yung experience niya, yung exposure niya to the best league in the Philippines. And so, prime example would be Romel Ducol. No? He stayed for the NBA. Kung hindi nyo kilala siya, legend siya, di ba? But coming out of college, coming out of the college, San Sebastian, sobrang layo ng laro niya compared to the likes of Danny Ildefonso. Pero nag-NBA siya, another league that time, for 5 years, 1998 all the way to 2002. Right. And na-draft siya ng 2003 sa Barangay Ginebra, no? And malayo na yung lamang ni Danny ay compared to Romel Ducol. And just the scenario was, siya talaga yung parang pinakamalakas coming out of college. And I felt like maraming years na sayang doon kasi naglaro siya to a lower league. And baka it impede his growth into the pro level.
Marami akong naririnig actually when I asked some of the people I know kung ano yung take nila dito. They can't help but compare the two leagues. Hindi muna tungkol kay Balti. Yung comparison between the MPBL and the PBA, that's always been a contention to talk about, di ba? Talaga bang lower ang quality ng basketball sa MPBL? Or is it slowly catching up to the PBA in terms of quality? Kasi kung papanoorin mo nga naman, in a fan's point of view, kung sa daming tao lang nanonood, lumalaban na ang PBL, di ba? And you're getting the fans, the home court fans of several cities to be involved. Maybe, just maybe, that could be a good setting for Balti to get better bago siya mag-step up sa PBA.
I would say in terms of, if we were, kung i-graph lang natin itong itsura ng para sa akin, si MPBL, kunwari mag-isip kayo ng triangle, yung pag na So, para sa akin, yung paakyat, MPBL yan, hawak niya. Pero yung doon sa peak at pababa ng konti, yan, PBA yan. Pero yung pababa ulit, yan naman MPBL ulit yan. So nakikita mo yung role ng dalawang liga sa landscape ng basketball ng Philippines, di ba? Na ultimately, syempre, the best talents, I would have to say, arguably, are still in the PBA, di ba? And alisin na natin yung B-League and all that. Pero PBA pa rin yung may hawak ng peak. Pero maiksi lang kasi ang buhay ng PBA player sa PBA. At mas humahaba ang buhay ng player sa MPBL. And naging ganun din yung case sa 3x3. Di ba? Parang humahaba ang career ng isang basketball player pag naglalaro sila sa 3x3. And I think that's the role that MPBL plays in the landscape of Philippine basketball. And but for me, I think hindi mapapasama kay Balti yung pagstay niya. And only because for me, if you take a look at the composition of MPBL right now, ang daming players nakakagaling lang sa PBA. True. So hindi mo sasabihin na katulad dati na di ba parang yung mga gusto lang magpasikat or yung mga hindi na draft yun yung nasa MPBL. Hindi eh. Ngayon, napuntahan na siya ng magagaling pa rin na malalaro and you've got a good wide range of very young players and very seasoned players that are in MPBL ngayon na makakatulong din sa career ni Balti. And ako kasi, lagay rin natin sa konteksto. Si Balti, yung papasukan niyang team, I would like to believe, itong team na to, hindi rin masyadong malaki yung transition niya from his current team sa MPBL, pati ngayon sa Converge. Kasi, I would like to believe, the same people behind the two teams are the same people. Di ba? Pare-parehas eh. So, I think they have that in mind. That they're also preparing Balti to eventually move into Converge in yung role na ipiplay ni Balti sa Converge. Obviously, mahirapan siya sa kind of talent na makakalaban niya doon. So he's not probably gonna easily get double-double at magkakaroon pa yan ng PBA jitters, di ba? But eventually, mabilis lang yung transition niya kasi yung role na nilalaro niya ngayon sa Pampanga, madadala niya at i-supplement pa yun ng Converge. And that's how I feel this is still going to help. So ako, I've known, madami tayong kilalang player na galing sa sa MPBL at yun yung kailangan nila para pumotok ulit sa PBA. And again, I'll take our brother for example. Si Gab, he came from, got drafted in PBA, didn't get much playing time, went to MPBL, got his confidence, became MVP, went back to PBA, and got a second chance in the league, right? And then you have also the likes of Aaron Black, di ba, na hindi pa pumapatok sa PBA, pero nagti-triple-double sa MPBL. Pagpasok ng PBA, that's what he needed. Na-supplement pa ng Meralco, natuloy ng Meralco eh. Dahil natuloy ng Meralco, nag-rookie of the year pa. Di ba? So, ako hindi na katulad. I know medyo yung nangyari kay Romela Ducol and kay Daniel Defonso. But ngayon kasi iba yung landscape, iba yung dynamics in the role of MPBL and PBA in the life of a Filipino basketball player.
Nung na-draft itong si Balti, marami nagsasabi na dapat mag-PBA ka na. But something happened, of course, in the middle of the whole thing and napunta siya sa MPBL.
Right.
Ang dami nagsasabi, he's wasting his time. Pag yan na-injure pa, sayang.
Yun lang.
Madidelay yung PBA career niya.
Isa pa.
So, sabi nila sayang, yung level ng laro ni Balti when he got drafted was already ripe for the PBA.
Right.
Yun ang marami nagsasabi sa akin.
Right.
Do you agree with that?
Okay, so the question is, dapat ba na ngayon si Balti, diba? At the time that he was drafted, that ready to go. I'll rephrase that question and bring it back to my brother, no? So, if not now, are you okay with Balti staying one more year in MPBL? Kasi what you're saying is, it's okay for him, paakit pa lang siya ganyan. When in fact, he's already played in the NPBL for 2 years now, 2.5 years now eh. So ang tagal na nung parang to build this kumpiyansa, ganyan, tumaas yung kumpiyansa, exposure niya. So that's why I believe now is the perfect time na maglaro na siya sa PBA. Di ba, ripe na siya eh, baka mapanis pa eh, di ba, or something. So, do you think if he stays one more year, it will still be good?
No, ako for me, he has to finish this season for MPBL. Obviously, kasi pwede naman na pabitawan na siya nung current team niya sa MPBL at papuntahin na sa PBA. Pwede naman kasing gawin yun eh, di ba? And yet, yun yung sinasabi ng mga tao na bakit hindi ka pa tumalon? Gawin mo na ngayon, ano pang hinihintay mo? Ma-injure ka pa. I think yun yung mas controversial na pwede ka pang ma-injure. Kawawa naman si Converge. But I have to say, if I were Balti also, I would still stay and finish this and win a championship with the kind of players that are in MPBL now. You've got the likes of Greg Slaughter playing in MPBL, di ba? Parang hindi joke naman yung mga lineup na nasa MPBL. Ang lalakas nung top 2 divisions na top 8 or 10 teams. Ang lalakas talaga, loaded. And to win a championship in that kind of league right now will definitely boost the stock, boost the confidence, and probably add more value or skill to what Balti has currently have. And so, imagine winning a championship na ganito ang MPBL.
Grabe. So, I think talagang kaabang-abang.
Right.
Yung saga involving...
Time will tell.
Time will tell.
Time will tell.
Hopefully, he stays healthy.
Yeah.
At least for his career. And, abangan natin ang susunod na saga nitong si Justin Baltasar. Now, we go to our third topic. Meron kasing isang player na si Scottie Hopson na akala namin
Sure ka ba? Tama yung nabanggit mo.
akala namin yung pag-uusapan nating 4-point line na yan medyo nag-wind
Nag-digress na no?
Nag-digress na. Hindi Ang ginawa nito si Scottie Hopson, nag 4-point winner in their last game, 96-95 over TNT Tropang Giga to once again bring this whole 4-point shot into the psyche of every Filipino basketball fan. Goodness, how lethal, guys, is this 4-point shot?
Ironically, in the last episode, si Coach Willie, who's now the coach of Converge, was against, he was saying like, pahirapan naman natin yung 4-point line. Sabi niya, dapat nga plus-minus pa yung sinabi niya. Kasi sabi niya, last game daw nila sa Magnolia, nakadalawang 4-point shot si Hamisi. 12 kagad yung... Tapos nagre-reklamo tuloy siya. O ngayon, nanalo sila dahil sa 4-point play. So, Coach Willie, medyo iba na yata yung tema ng conversation natin ngayon.
Dito, yung reaction.
Actually, tinitignan ko yung reaction niya sa bench Parang siya lang yung parang hindi masyado nagre-react
Siya nagre-reklamo sa 4-point play. Nanalo sila dahil sa 4-point play. Pero ako, for me, it's not really as lethal. Yes, we finally saw ito yung kinakatakutan ng mga tao
Yeah.
'Di ba? Na may 3-point shot, 3 points to win, 4 points to win. Lamang kayo ng 3 points. Dati naman, pag tumilang ka ng 3 points, tied ball game lang, overtime. Ngayon, pwede ka nang manalo and yun nga yung nangyari. And alam ko, kanina pinag-usapan natin off-air, 'di ba, na dapat final para dalawang free throw lang, 2 points lang yun. Paralo pa rin kayo, 'di ba? So, 2 possession ball game pa rin siya. Pero para kasi sa akin is, wala naman siyang pinagkaiba. It's not as lethal na parang we should make a big fuzz out of that, game winner. Kasi either way naman, parang that was the same reaction if you're just leading by 2 points. And it's only gonna take 1 3 points to win the game, di ba? So parang yun lang naman parang inuro mo lang, nagkaroon lang. But it's the same scenario, di ba? Na ultimately, paano ka nalagay sa posisyon na it just takes 1 shot to win the game? For me, di ba? Hindi tambakan mo. Or lamakihan mo ng yung lamang para hindi kailangan kabahan ka sa 4-point play. The same way, the same concept as tambakan mo na, ba't ka kinakabahan sa 3 points last season? Di ba? Na makatira ng 3 points, di ba? So, for me, it's not a big deal. It's not lethal. I think for Coach Willie, it is. Pero for me, personally, hindi na siya ganun ka-big deal na it's slowly being accepted and not to really make a big deal out of it. Kasi nga, nandyan na yan. Diba?
Kanina napag-usapan natin yung dapat final.
Right.
That could have been a game-changing scenario kung nagkaroon ng foul. But again, I think the deeper question here is, okay, alam na natin may ganun. As you mentioned, a 3-point shot, a 4-point shot, you can take advantage of it anytime, depending on the amount of time left in the game.
Right.
But are our teams embracing the fact that there is? Are they prepared to use it offensively to their advantage? But are they not ready to adjust quickly when the time comes, which I think happens here?
I think to answer your question, I think we're only seeing the tip of the iceberg. And kasi ngayon pa nga lang may nag-winning shot, and that's why I think it's so lethal. Sobrang lethal ng 4-point game. Here's why. Kasi I believe, personal opinion ko to, na greatest superpower ng mga human beings is adaptation. The ability to adapt into circumstance. Sa ngayon, hindi pa nakakapag-adapt. Ang adaptation, mentally, physically, everything, emotionally. Sa ngayon, hindi pa sanay ang mga teams ngayon sa 4-point play. Tumitira sila, yes, ganyan. Pero hindi pala sila fully immersed. And that's why it's so lethal now. Kasi magkakaroon ng mistakes pa rin. Dapat final, ganyan. It's forcing teams now to shoot outside. Dahil naglagay ka ng 4-point line, mapipilitan na, pwede natin gawin to. And sa 3x3, naglaro 3x3, si Mark has been working with Chooks for the longest time sa 3x3. It's a weapon Pero ang outside shooting, pwedeng araw mo, pwedeng hindi mo araw. Kahit Steph Curry ka, kapag hindi pumapasok, hindi talaga pumapasok eh. That's why it's all the more lethal now. Kasi yung kalaban mo, pag kahit di 4-point shooting team, pero dahil tinitila na nila at pumapasok,
Dahil buenas,
yari ka.
no? Pag buenas,
Yari ka.
Pag pumutok
Yari
yung
ka.
laro mo, pwede
Ikaw
mo.
naman, pag naghahabol ka, for example, yung kalaban, up ka na 12 points. 'Di ba? Makatatlong 4-point tie ball game na kagad yun eh, 'di ba? No lead is safe. Ngayon naman, pag ikaw naghahabol, at hindi ka makashoot, kahit shooter ka, hindi ka maka 4-point shot, yayariin ka. And that's why it's such a lethal thing as of the moment because hindi pa nag-a-adapt yung buong Pilipinas actually, buong mundo, na bago pa lang to 4-point play. So ngayon, very, very dangerous pa rin siya.
You mentioned buong mundo, etong si Kyle Kuzma also gave his seal of approval dito sa 4-point play. Again, I think you mentioned this in one of the other episodes. Yung 3-point shot na yan, hindi naman ganun kadali tinanggap yan.
Yeah.
Di ba? Everyone thought it was a novelty. Everyone thought it was, meron pa nga nagsabi, travesty to the game yan, di ba? Yung game natin na umiikot lang,
Kasi
higher
parang,
percentage.
parang nire-reward na nila yung chamba eh.
Oo.
Di ba? Yun lang yung parang naging concept doon na parang, alahoy yan eh, chamba, ang layo-layo, dapat tumitira ka ng malapit. Di ba? Until naging science na siya eh. Di ba? Nag-adapt, naging science, then naging normal na yung 3-point. Which I think, eventually, magiging ganun din yung 4-point play. Ngayon, kasi nga naninibago, anything that's new, parang nayayanig. Ngayon parang, ay, shucks, we have to take this seriously kasi natalo na talaga tayo eh, di ba? Pero I don't think, it's only, just if you give it a few more days, we'll get over it. 4-point play is now here to stay.
Kayo ba gusto niyo matry talaga? In an official ball game, to actually sink?
So, I played in a 3x3, hindi, parang full court 5-on-5 competition tournament last year sa China. Invitational lang to. And sila, parang iniiba nila yung laro, parang ginagawa ng PBA. Pero spots lang. Kumbaga, alam mo yung sa 3-point shootout, may dalawang
mark
spots lang doon.
areas
Yun lang
lang.
yung 4-point shot mo. So, kumbaga, hindi ka kailanganin didepensahan sa buong arc. May dalawang pwesto lang na pwede ka tumira.
Doon ka
And malayo, doon mo ititira yung 4-point shot.
Okay.
Nakashoot ako. Parang very crucial yun, di ba? But I think iba yun eh. Kasi yun, talagang mas madidepensahan mo. Kasi dalawang spots lang eh. Compared to the one that PBA implemented, na talagang the whole arc, or half of the arc, maraming spots where you can shoot the 4-point play in. So, yeah, ako, na-try ko na and masarap yung feeling na naka 4-point shot ka.
And saka dati kasi, ganun kalayong tira, kunwari nung 3-point line lang, pero ganun kalayo tumira. And nag-evolve it. Steph Curry kinda introduced that whole culture, di ba? So ngayon, parang everyone is, para hindi mo ko masupalpal sa 3-point line, I'll take 2 steps backward. Sometimes yung step back nila, nasa 3-point line, so may 1 step backward, so medyo lumalayo talaga, di ba? And so, I think dati, culturally, sasabihin sa'yo, bad shot yan eh. Di ba? Pagka tumitira ka ng ganyang kalayo, bad shot. But then, because of Steph Curry, parang he really changed the game. Ngayon, everyone's, practicing that kind of shot. So, I think I have to agree kay Coach Willie na at some point, baka masyado pa rin malapit, hindi siya ganun kalaking adjustment sa regular 3-point shooters natin na mag-adjust ng 2-3 steps backwards to get to the 4-point line. Which is, that's why we're seeing now na, it's being normalized. Kasi hindi rin naman ganun eh, di ba? Parang ngayon, konting hakbang na lang, tinira mo pa sa 3 points, sana 4 points mo na lang, di ba? Pero 4 points mo na lang. So parang ang contention ni Coach Willie is, sana mas layuan pa, para mas masakit, di ba? Pero, kung sabihin ko sa kanya, Coach, kung nilayo yun, di talo kayo. Hindi kayo game winner, di ba?
I think it's, guys, it's all a part of the evolution of the game, di ba? 24-second shot clock. Yung mga major changes in the past few decades, di ba? The 3-point line, now the 4-point line.
Even yung 14 seconds na pagka, di ba, reset nga, yung sinasabi mo, di ba?
So yung mga yan, I'm sure there will be a lot more after this 4-point shot na abangan natin. And it's just nice that it started from us. Na maybe we're starting this whole revolution na maybe mapipick up siya sa Asia and then next outside. So again, maybe we should stay open to the idea na magkakaroon ng changes na ganyan. It makes the game more interesting, not only for the players, but for the fans. Diba?
I agree. That's a great point. I 100% agree. More into making the game better. Diba? At the end of the day, pag naglagay naman tayo ng mga rules dyan na, okay, hindi naman okay, diba? Pero at the end of the day, nagpasaya sa inyo. I'm sure, di ba? First time, nagpasaya sa akin for sure yung mga 4-point. I'm curious though kung anong percentage ngayon ng PBA sa 4-point shot.
Yeah, maybe we should
Diba?
get that next time.
Parang,
Tingnan natin.
baka mataas, baka 50% eh. Baka nga kailangan mas layuan pa yung 4-point shot or something.
Yun ang gusto kong makita.
Pero feeling ko yung TNT hindi masaya dun sa nangyari. Sila lang ang hindi masaya, feeling ko. Kotob ko lang yun ha, ewan ko kung sa inyo kung feeling nyo. Feeling ko mayroong isang grupo ng mga tao na hindi masaya.
I'm pretty sure. So now, ito, puntahan naman natin yung mga comments natin na nakukuha based on our conversation, of course. Kung ano yung mga naging comments natin from Facebook and TikTok. I'm sure yung mga tao dito, ang dami kasi ng topics natin eh. Local, international, ang daming na-touch. Ito, kilala ko to eh. Lagi, at ano makulit to eh. James Velasquez.
Bawal bias to, ba't kumakampi to ng isang side? Bawal ka bias ah.
James Velasquez, Isaiah Thomas, Hakeem Olajuwon, Penny Hardaway, Tim Hardaway. How can anyone say walang skills? Parang nadidinig ko siya sumisigaw at
No. I have to agree. And kilala ako ni James. So sasabihin niya, babalik niya sa akin, di ba idol mo si Penny Hardaway? Paano mo masasabi na wala? So medyo kakainin ko yung sinabi ko nun. Pero I have to say, again, like I said, maybe, okay, I have to admit, sa comment ni James, out of all of those players, I would say it's only Hakeem Olajuwon who I think will really play well in this kind of setup. Okay, yung panahon niya na 2024, pag nilagay mo si Hakeem Olajuwon dito, feeling ko kakayanin niya talaga at kakainin niya ng buhay. Kasi yun naman niya nakikita natin kay Jokic eh. Diba? Mas agile pa si Hakeem kaysa kay Jokic eh. So, but Penny, Tim, Isaiah, I can name a few guys today that can eat them alive. I have to say, di ba? Na parang papalagan yan at sasabihin na hindi, mas magaling. Kyrie over Tim Hardaway, di ba? Madami pa eh. Di ba? Even over Penny na idol ko, kahit si Ant, kakayanin ni Ant si Penny Hardaway.
wow, ano masasabi mo dun?
Ako, masasabi ko, how can Anthony Edwards say that walang skills yung mga...
Hindi kasi niya napanood, sabi niya eh.
Oo, di ba? Parang yun pa lang nilist ni James, no? Paano walang skills yan? Tim Hardaway, the inventor of between the legs crossover. Penny Hardaway, di ba? Behind the head pass. Isaiah Thomas, di ba? Zeke and Hakeem, di ba? So, doon pa lang parang, okay, it's obvious na Anthony Edwards, di ka nanood noong 90s na wala ka pa, hindi ka pa pinanganak noon. So.
Okay, tingnan naman natin ang next na comment natin from Habib Joe Damahong. Ang sabi niya, the 1992 Dream Team ay declining na sina Magic at Bird sa peak nila. I believe so.
Yes, at this time, I think pa-exit na si Magic and Bird eh, no? But,
and I think si Bird had a back problem, a knee problem.
Right.
Talagang ano na.
Hindi kasi right after that, nagsi-retire na rin sila.
Yeah.
right.
Diba?
Right.
So I think it was a good way. Kasi si Dino nga would say nga na parang dyan yung first time kasi napayagan yung NBA players na sumali sa national team to compete in the Olympics. So, feeling ko, pinilit din nila yung mga legends na finally, this is a good exit for you guys na makalaro man lang kayo on the world stage, diba? But I would probably say, I would like to have to do my research again. Pero maybe noong 1992, there would have been more players that are at their peak na could have fit the profile to play in that stage. Pero nga, again, you're talking about legends, di ba? Na kailangan na sana paano binigyan nila ng bigay-pugay sila. No?
And Habib, thank you for your comment. No? But I think he's pertaining to the, when you mentioned na sinabi ni Jordan na there's a new sheriff in town. Ito yung dalawa yung pa-decline na. You know? But I'm also curious. Hindi, it's not, nagsisimula si Jordan, kain pa siya kay Magic in Bird eh, diba? So hindi nga siya manalo-nalo eh. So just a testament na hindi lang si Jordan yung may skills nung panahon.
Okay, salamat Habib dun sa comment mo. And I think we can take a look at one more comment dito. And probably see if... Manny Paraiso, salamat sa pinadala mong comment. Baliktad if you will put all the all-stars of today in 2024 to the players of the 90s. I don't think they would be all-stars. The physicality of the game in 90s is very different from that of today. Malayo naman talaga in terms of the way it's played.
We have to define physicality.
Yes.
Kasi iba yung nananakit versus yung physical. Di ba? Alam naman natin yung pagka nasa basketball ka, alam natin yung nasa court ka lang para manakit, which we kind of saw with the Detroit, di ba? The Bad Boys. Na talaga nananakit ka, nagko-clothesline. Kung sina Larry Bird nga, napipikon eh.
Right.
Di ba? Sila rin nagkakapikunan dahil nananakit ka na eh. Which, that's why nag-evolve na rin yung rules, di ba, of the game. So, but if we were just to talk about physicality, you're telling me that the guys in the 90s are much stronger physically than the guys today? I don't think so. Right? With the evolution of science and strength and conditioning and mas
nutrition.
precise na rin yung nutrition, I mean, pasalamat na rin tayo sa kanila kaya nag-evolve yung laro today. Pero if you bring the guys today, the way LeBron James, the durability of a LeBron
At
James
this age.
is a result of, sige, physically mo si LeBron, dalhin mo yan doon, papalagyan. Papalagyan kasi ibang klase ng halimaw yung nabuo ng ng science today sa mga kinds of basketball players that we have. So I think, iba yung sakitan di ba? Feeling ko, suntukan, di papalag din yan, di ba? Pero you're talking about physicality, right? Yung pisikalan at banggaan, I would still have to say that the players today, because of how they've also scientifically become more precise with their approach to SNC, will definitely thrive in that season.
2024 All-Stars, 90s All-Stars.
I think he's talking about Manny the Giver guy. I think at the end of the day, for me, it's about adaptation. No, it's not just about who's stronger. It's you being able to succeed with the physicality of being able to score with all the bumps. Parang being able to succeed with those. So that's why I think na pag nilagay mo yung 90s dito ngayon, kasi si Jordan, dahil sinasaktan siya ng Detroit, ginawa niya yung pull-up eh. So pull-up na siya ng pull-up, hindi siya ma-stop. Pag nilagay mo si Jordan ngayon, tingin ko he's gonna be one of the best three-point shooters. Kasi pa-practicein niya, he'll find the way kung anong mas efficient. Kung ma-realize niya efficient ang three-point shot, ipa-practice niya.
Siguro, that's where we have to agree on. That these players are great because they can evolve their game. It's their killer mentality that has made them great. No matter what era.
Sipin mo yung Bill Laimbeer, Bo Belga. Di ba? Sipin mo yung tapatan na yun. Ha? Calvin Abueva, Joe Dumars. My goodness. Malamang dadana kang dugo doon sa court. Okay, do we have one more? I think we have one more. Ito. From Julail. I hope I'm saying that right. Yung sinasabi ng naka-red, baka mamaya tumitingin lang sa forma, tumira maganda. Tingnan yung mga dati kasi gumagawa pa lang ng moves. Pero kahit hindi maganda tingnan, mga sure ball, mga dating player ng NBA. Percentage, I think, ang sinasabi.
Yeah, I mean, at ultimately, kahit balik-baliktad ka, ang question ba pumapasok eh.
Yes.
Diba? Kahit na gaano kapangit pa yan or kaganda yung tira shooting form mo.
Or moves.
Moves. And at the end of the day, 2 points lang rin yan. Diba? So, hindi natin pinag-uusapan yung But, kasi nga, the question is how easy do you get to that 2 points? Diba? Yan naman yung tanong eh. Kaya natin pinag-uusapan yung skill level is hindi sa ganda ng crossover. Ang pinag-uusapan natin is yung crossover ba yun nakaka-result to 2 points. And I think with the complexity ngayon ng depensa at athleticism, kailangan mo i-level up yung skill mo eh. Kung hindi ganun kadaling tumira eh. Diba kung hindi rin naman ganun kagaling yung depensa at hindi skilled yung defender, hindi mo rin naman kailangan pahirapan yung sarili mo tumira. Kaya simple lang talaga yung tira. Pero ngayon kasi ibang klase na rin dumepensa yung mga tao. Man on man, pati yung team defense, iba na rin eh. Diba? Ang dami ng rules, ang dami na ng evento. Kaya ngayon, mas creative ka dapat talaga tumira. Kaya hindi sa pagandahan, but more of yung level of skill na kinakailangan para makabitaw ka man lang ng maayos na tira.
And I think part of the evolution din ng game eh. For example, dito, yung pag nagka-transition tayo from zone to man-to-man, ngayon, mas mabilis eh.
Yes.
Compared to before, you can see the slow change eh.
Right.
Ngayon, snap of a finger.
Saka dati, black and white lang. Zona, 2-3, or tao-tao. Ngayon, may man zone na may rules pa. Di ba, kung ikaw may offense, ang hirap basahin ng mga ganun eh.
Wala na. Do you agree with what he's saying?
I think better skill set maybe, but more so I just think it's different. It's just a different skill set back in the day and now. Yeah.
Okay, next comment natin. Let's see who is this from Jerbo Cobalejo. I think nagbigay din ng comment last episode.
Lagi.
Maganda
Thank you, Jerbo.
Thank you for always tuning in. From
Lagi
Jerbo.
quality.
Sabi ni Jerbo, off topic, feeling ko helpful sa Gilas. Uy, Gilas ang niya. Ang 4-point line para sa international games.
True.
Masanay ang Pinoy sa long-range 3 points since maliliit tayo tapos adapt na din ang Euro play.
True.
Euro basketball.
May point yan.
Ang layo tumira eh. They don't shoot near the line. They're always a step or two away. Maganda yung point ni Jerome.
And maganda yung point niya kasi totoo naman, ultimately, hindi mo tayo makaka-produce ng mga 6'5" to 7 footers automatically, di ba? And so, if we cannot genetically produce those kinds of players, baka we can evolve our game.
Yeah.
And shooting from the outside and masanay tayo, I think that's a very good point. Diba?
What about you?
Ang tanong, si Stephen Curry ba maglalaro dyan sa international games yan? Kasi yari tayo sa 4-point niyan.
Patay.
Yari tayo dyan.
Patay, wala
Pero
na.
kaya yan, I think mas magsusucceed tayo if
Masanay tayo.
masanay tayo.
Shooting that far.
So hopefully ang Gilas will have a chance to master the 4-point line and take advantage of it. One more comment na ating babasahin dito is from Edwin Alias Babaan. Salute sa nakasombrero.
Ako ba yun? Ako ba? Edwin!
Yan, sumaludo.
Saludo ako sa'yo, Edwin.
Thank you, Edwin.
Saludo ako
Feeling ko batang 90s to.
Feeling ko pinamessage mo
Oo,
yan.
tinamaan ko sa
Feeling ko barkada niya yan. Feeling ko barkada. Thank you, Edwin. Maraming salamat.
Iba. Walang basketball ngayon kung wala yung 90s.
Okay, guys. Napakaganda ng ating discussion, of course. What can you say about, ano yung favorite topic mo sa pinag-usapan natin?
I think the Jordan topic was very interesting because alam natin si Anthony Edwards, up-and-coming superstar yan eh. So meron siyang swagger, meron siyang yabang konti. And paminsan hindi niya naiisip yung gravity. Pero I think mali siya dun. Mali siya sa comment niya.
Baka wala sa timing.
Baka wala.
You could have said it like a year or two, or maybe
Right,
pag nanalo na siyang championship.
Yes. Ooh, shots fired. Shots fired.
Balti.
Yeah, for me it's he has to finish the season and he wants to kasi wala na siyang kailangan patunayan kasi na-draft na siya. 'Di ba? So anything in terms of stock wala nang kailangan. He's already picked, 'di ba? So ako ngayon nangongolekta lang siya ng experience before he enters the PBA. And if he's able to carry his team to a championship and then bring that same momentum, bring that same mentality and skill set dito sa PBA with a team that's ready to accommodate him and really build around him, I would say it's a good sign for him, 'di ba? Na tapusin niya 'to at mag-champion siya. Malaking bagay 'yan para kay Balti.
The 4-point line, of course, I think we're in agreement na it could be good for the game. Nag-a-adjust lang ang lahat.
Yes.
Getting used to it, making the most of it, and how to design your playbook knowing that there's a 4-point line.
Yeah, it's a great point. It's a great point.
So yun, ang ating mga comments, of course, marami tayong pinag-usapan, and of course, I'm sure maraming nag-agree. And sana mas marami nag-disagree. Dahil next episode, I'm sure madidinig natin yung mga comments ng ating mga viewers online. Maraming salamat po. Of course, this has been SB Nation. Hatid po sa inyo ng Sports Plus. I'm Mark Zambrano. Maraming salamat for joining us, for Ael Banal and Juan Banal. Thank you, and we'll see you next episode dito po sa SB Nation. Stay safe.
Look at us, yeah, we winning. Look at us, just beginning. Give me my trophy. This is the first of many. Look at the W's. This is the first of many. Give me the trophy. Celebration vibes. This is the first of many. All 2021, baby. This is the first of many. I drop a song and it's moving. I got a song and I'm moving. I want confetti all over. I'm thanking God for the movement. Ooh. It's only fam in the room. I only stand for the truth. I got the keys, I'm in tune. I'm living life in the light and I'm never gonna stop it. I take them to school. God, he making it boom. God, he gave me the tools. I'm working. Look at us. Yeah, we winning. Look at us, just beginning. Give me my trophy. This is the first of many. Look at the W's. This is the first of many. Give me the trophy. This is the first of many. Give me the trophy. This is the first of many. What else they want from us? We making history.
We are thrilled to have White Crumbles as our new star player.
Victory really got my name on it. Blood, sweat, and tears, I left a stain on it. I'ma pass the torch before I blame, homie. Because victory really got my name on it. Victory really got my name on it. Blood, sweat, and tears, I left a stain on it. I'ma pass the torch before I blame, homie.